Welcome back, Vikrant from Polytech. I'm going to do a few of these sessions where I'll cover 3 questions per video, I guess. And in the description, we'll mention what questions are being discussed. No promises of full, complete, nice, clean answers, but hopefully opens up a discussion and gets things going. Hopefully, and if you have any questions of your own, please pass them on. We'll research, study them, and try our best to address them. So in this part 1, let's go to question number 1. Do I need to worry about laser safety while operating the laser Doppler vibrometer? So the short answer is no. Most, if not all, of the vibrometers that Polytech makes are the power output is less than 1 milliwatt. So the output is less than, I'm trying a new 2Y, as you can tell. And what OSHA says is this is considered class 2 laser, which is considered eye safe even if you were to stare at it by mistake. So no worries at all. There are some that fall under class 3A or B, but those are designed with very short standoff distances and at things looking down at a device. So for example, the systems, the vibrometers designed for micro system, or MEMS devices. But those are designed such that it's, unless you are super adventurous or, daredevil, there's no way you're going to stare at the beam directly. So anyway, short answer, no need to worry about it. That's been one of the philosophies of Polytech, that shouldn't require any special training, laser safety training, or big science, nothing. Let's move on. Question number 2. What is the smallest and the largest standoff distance I can use the LDV at? Now, there are 2 ways to answer it. Theoretically, you could be a few millimeters away from the device under test to a couple of hundred, even more meters away. So that's the theoretical answer, and that's based on the coherence length of the laser source, which is, and we have a video defining this as well, but basically up to what distance do the photons making up the laser beam stay in phase, that defines the coherence length. So that's the theoretical answer. Practically speaking, as long as you can get some light back, to the detectors, you're shooting a laser beam at the measurement object, the backscattered light has to get back to the detector for the interferometry to complete or interference to happen. As long as you can, so it's so much surface dependent that that's what will dictate the largest standoff distance for sure. So for example, if you're shooting at a wind turbine blade that is 100 meters away, whether you get some light back, what's the surface of this wind turbine blade like? What is the laser, vibrometry you're using? Maybe less chance with a standard, IR or a HENE, but much higher chance with a Q-Tech, for example. Do you put a retro tape on the surface? Then of course the amount of light coming back also goes up, so you can make a measurement at much larger standoff distances. So so there's a theoretical answer, and then there's a practical aspect which is predominantly surface dependent. So that's about the standoff distance. And the last question for this particular session is, does the ambient light affect the LDV output? Not really, not in practical sense. The detectors are designed for a particular wavelength of the light. So in my experience, now getting close to a couple of decades using a vibrometer, never had an issue whether we are measuring in complete darkness or bright sunlight. Theoretically, the white light has some wavelength component of the source being, the source wavelength. But practically speaking, we have never ever had any issues. The light could become a critical for the auxiliary components, like if there is some pattern recognition or some other camera based technique that is aiding the LDV measurement. But no, you're going to be fine. Very easy test, of course, that you can try it out in dark and bright environments. But from our experience, no problem at all. So that finishes round one. We will continue with many, many more rounds of this. And please keep your questions coming. I have a fairly good sized list already that we'll grow up on. Thank you so much for your time. Talk to you later.